Hey YouTube, I'm back for part 4 of my Not Scary Farm review. Last time I reviewed the shows The Hanging at Ed Alonzo, The Mazes Day of the Dead, and Uncle Bobo's, so I'm going to leave off from there. After Uncle Bobo's, we walked around Carnival for a little while, the Scare Zone. Um, this was kind of towards the middle, towards the somewhat end towards the night between 11 and 1. This is the time of, for whatever reason, every year, this happens at Not Scary Farm, between 11 and 1, almost everyone decides to take their break. And this is like, over half this talent is gone. It's like, this is the dead time for Not Scary Farm. It's kind of annoying. Um, like I think I mentioned in my previous video that Not Scary Farm should really consider changing and changing the schedule for how talent and other employees take their breaks, because that part, the about 2 to 3 hours, there's like nothing but half the talent gone. It makes every doesn't make Not Scary Farm as enjoyable it could be. For example, like the next maze we did was Virus Z. We waited about 45 minutes to do this maze because the line, for whatever reason, just stopped. And for a good like 10 minutes, it stopped. And then after that, we went on, and it like stopped every few minutes, and it was just really annoying. And then the line was really long, and the guy at the very end of the line was yelling at everybody. For whatever reason, he blocked the line. Like, there was plenty of space in this giant closed off area that was dedicated for line for Virus C. For whatever reason, he wouldn't let anybody in for a good 15 minutes, holding up the line. I don't know why. But then after a while, the employee was like, "Okay, go ahead." And after that, he was like yelling at everybody to, stay to the right side of the area, or else he's gonna kick you out of the park. He says, "All right, I don't know." He needed to take a chill pill, whoever it was. Um, on October 20th, whoever around that time was holding the big Virus Z orange sign, take a chill pill, dude. You're like freaking out, and for whatever reason, couldn't let anybody in the line. But anyways, to the maze itself, um, I love Virus C in the past. I love it. I love it. Love it. Just I'm gonna put that out there. But this year again, I gotta say this was another, compared to the previous years, this was a disappointment again. The effects, the audio, the props were amazing as always. The only complaint I would have to say was the very beginning, how it used to be this big, great open area. You go through the big open fence, and then the diner you can see out. But now there's like a big wall that covers the entire maze. So it feels like you're closed. It feels like the city's closed in a wall. It like, I liked how in the beginning, how you entered in, it looked like, oh, it's just a fence, but it felt open, like if you were actually walking to a little town. But now it feels like it's a little town. It's closed off by a wall. I don't know why. Um, Brooke Walters, I'm not sure why you put that up there, unless it wasn't your idea. But for whatever reason, that felt weird. It felt claustrophobic, and when you're outside of a town, which you shouldn't be feeling. Again, this was during a time when half the talent was on their break. There was very few talent there. Even though the very, very, very few talent that was there when we were there, you guys were on your A game. I totally believed you were zombies. You got us a lot. Your acting was, the talent was superb. Just the lack of talent was a big disappointment, because there was like a good chunk at the beginning where there was only like two zombies, and I was like, where's all the zombies? Like, shouldn't there be like tons of them like in previous years? And then then we went through Maze, was pretty cool. And then I did like and then there was that new ending with featuring Carrie. People say they love it to death. I don't love it to death. It's like, where did Carrie, this demon possessed girl, come from zombies? It's like, this is kind of like, I understand, like, it makes sense because, okay, you're going, the at the end of the maze it originally was the gym, the high school gym, where they or middle school gym, whatever it was. And that's where everyone, that's what the ending was. But now I can say, okay, they turned the gym into prom. It's a cool idea, but the Carrie tie-in was kind of eh. And it looked like there was a lot of cool decorations, a lot of cool props in that room. But that one huge bright strobe that was in your eyes, it was hard to see everything, especially the woman who played Carrie. It's like she was this cool outfit with all the blood and everything, but you couldn't see because the light was blinding you. Like I know, like in like the movie theater, that light that shines in your eyes, that was on purpose, but because you can't see, so they can startle you. But in the final gym room, the prom, it was hard to see all this cool effects, that all these other cool things that were in there. Like it wasn't meant to scare you, but it was. I think it was meant to scare you, but it was like it was done poorly because that room had so much potential, and like I think it could have done better. Especially I didn't really care for the Carrie tie-in with the whole thing. Um, I really do enjoy this maze in the past. It's still cool idea, cool theme, great talent. Just due to the lack of talent, um, the ending with the Carrie prom scene, and the weird claustrophobic very beginning, entering the town, I would have to give Virus Z a C, about a C as in season cat if you can't hear me. But yeah, just you guys could have done better. I'm gonna be honest. Talent that was there, amazing. It's not. I think my main issue, the thing that I gave it a C because was the lack of talent, not because talent was bad, just the lack of it in numbers. Because it would have been so much better if it was much more. My sister, who hasn't been in Not Scary Farm in almost 10 years, she was really excited about this maze because she likes the zombie type things, and she was very disappointed. It was like, and she like we all agree it wasn't worth the 45-minute wait. Same thing with Day of the Dead I reviewed in the last video. It wasn't worth the 45-minute wait this year. Um, let's see. After Virus C, we this is when the part that sucked about our night the most was it was almost 1 o'clock in the morning, and it was so crowded. The lines were really super long for all the mazes. We ended up having to skip the Evil Dead log ride, which I was very excited to do, but unfortunately we had to skip, and we had to skip Fallout Shelter. Fallout Shelter, I never really cared for it anyways. Like it was a good idea, some good scares. It was not my favorite maze anyway, so I wasn't bummed that we skipped it. But the group I was with, they really wanted to do it, but we were kind of like, okay, at this point with all the long lines, we have to prioritize which mazes did we want to do first or next as our last mazes. So for our last mazes, that's when we head over to the behind a Ghost Rider for the last four mazes of the night. Um, but to get there, we actually went through Necropolis. Um, Necropolis, I've there is some cool costumes, but I've always thought Necropolis was a big disappointment. Mm, Excuse me, I still have hiccups for some reason. Um, but yeah, the Necropolis, it's talent. You guys are good, but I always find it disappointing. It was like only like 5 or 6 um talent members in Necropolis, and this whole steampunk mechanical theme. The only thing that I could feel from it is the rock screamo music playing in the background, and the lights with the red lights everywhere. That's the only thing I get out of Necropolis. Like besides that, I've always never cared for Necropolis. It's a cool idea, but I think you guys should do more with it. It has so much potential. I think you should do way more. Especially, I thought it was really cool when you guys put end games there last year. How to kind of fit in with the theme. I really liked that. I was kind of disappointed how you guys moved end games, but I understand why you did it because apparently the area that you put end games in last year was very tight and crammed, so you wanted more room, so you put it in a warehouse. I understand that. Unfortunately, end games I couldn't do this year too. Just didn't have enough time, and it sucks because I guess this will be like the second year I've gone without end games. Because last year end games was the last maze we did at like almost 2 o'clock in the morning. So I was dead tired. I only had like 2 hours of sleep from the previous night, so I was dead tired. And I didn't even I just walked through it like I was like a zombie. I couldn't like understand what was going on. So I'm bummed because I actually want to go through Endgames next year and actually experience it for once. Um, so yeah, in my next video, I will review the last three mazes that we did: Trick or Treat, Dominion of the Dead, and Delirium, and then I'll give like kind of an overall idea for Haunt. So yeah, thanks for watching my video. Please comment and Hope to upload soon again. Bye.